Within the first day of Tavie being critically unwell, we were made aware that there was a serious concern with the blood flow to her right leg and foot. Fast forward to present day, Tavie has had 12 operations on her leg. They ended up having to amputate her right foot, ankle and the bottom part of her leg. Unfortunately, she's got a lot of tissue damage along the front of her shin bone, which is not healing, which means that she's going to continue to have weekly procedures on her leg for the foreseeable few months, in hope that we can save the portion of her leg that's remaining. Signing the consent form, which said plus or minus amputation of the toes, foot, leg, when you still don't know if your daughter's going to survive, was too difficult for me to do. I couldn't sign it. And then Tristan, my husband, signed the consent form. It's not something I was able to do at the time. It was a really, really, really tough morning. She was so resilient. She amazed me with how fine she was afterwards. But I was devastated. This was my baby girl. By this point, she was 17 months old and she was an amputee. And I grew that foot inside me. And I'm currently growing another baby inside me. It was very, very hard to deal with. The Gosh charity helped to fund lots of the support for the children and families in Great Ormond Street. One of the biggest things I struggled with, which the therapist really helped me with, was the language that people use. The new words that were going to become our norm. Your 17-month-old is now an amputee. She has a disability. She has a stump. That is a particularly horrible word. And I really shied away from those words initially. And it was the therapist that first introduced the term visible difference to me. And that really helped me. Tavie has a visible difference. Lots and lots of people in this world have visible differences. And that's when we started trying to think about how could we turn such a horrendous thing that's happened in our daughter's life into a positive. Can we try and help children who have visible differences? The world is changing for the better and people are more accepting of difference. How can I make sure that Tavie's generation and beyond grow up in societies that are not just accepting of difference, they are the championing differences. And, you know, taking away all those boundaries for children or people with disabilities. We're right at the start of our journey with all of that, but it's something that I feel very passionate about and I really want to get involved in that more. Tavie has been through things that nobody ever in their lifetime should have experienced, and she's now only 18 months old. She has had to relearn how to talk, how to walk, how to move, how to hold up her head, how to swallow, all of the basic functions of a normal human being. Her resilience, her happiness through it all, her determination, while still being a very fiercely independent little girl, has been astounding. I am grateful that we're joining this journey now, grateful that the world is changing, but I want to be a driving force behind it to make sure that Tavie's future is bright, without boundaries, and is reflective of how special she is.